Hello and welcome to Rugby Nats. This week we have made our way to Liverpool St Helens. As usual, we'll be speaking with the squad to find out how their season is going so far, plus see how the boys are preparing for this weekend's fixture against Anselmians after they suffered their fourth defeat of this season last weekend. Before we go any further, here are your key facts on the club. Now, this is where it gets rather interesting. Liverpool St Helens claims to be the oldest open rugby club in the world. I've always been led to believe that Blackheath, who actually featured on the Rugby Nats show, were in fact the oldest club. Well, according to Liverpool St Helens, this is not the case. Just to confirm and be perfectly honest, I'm not 100% sure who is, but what I do know is that this will spark off some rather juicy debates and conversations amongst the two clubs, so I'll try not to stir the pot too much. Anyway, regardless of who holds this title, there is no denying that this club is rich in history. Once upon a time, Liverpool St Helens played their rugby alongside some of the current giants that still dominate the division today. So I'm really keen to find out how and why the club have slipped through the leagues over the years, and whether or not they have any ambitions to play their rugby back at the top end of the amateur game. What a show we have on our hands. Let's head in and get started. What does a week look like with Liverpool St Helens?
The club's been a big part of my life. One club man, like a lot of people from that era really, and I think that's a changing face the game now, sadly.
Yeah.
And I felt as though I had to put a bit back into the club. I had to stop playing in my mid to late 30s with a dodgy knee, which was done a long time ago, but carried on playing, but eventually had to give it up. And I started helping out really, doing things like registrations, bit of admin, but I step in on the bar when they need to. One of our good helpers is away at the moment, so I'm just stepping up to the plate a bit more. And
I have to ask, and we have to get into this. So Liverpool St Helens claims to be the oldest open rugby club, and I'm sure it's going to cause some conversation and some debates amongst other clubs out there, particular Blackheath. What's your view on this?
yeah, well, I mean, when we merged with Liverpool, there was a great history that Liverpool brought with them. The number of internationals that they had, the fixtures that they had, and it gave us instant top level rugby, you know, and for the first few years we were a yo-yo club, but the history that they brought with them, my understanding, like you say, it's open to a bit of debate, is that Liverpool was the very first open rugby club that was formed.
Briefly tell us about the season, the highs, the lows, and ultimately why you're having a good season.
The lows, I'll start with the lows, let's get that out of the way, is when we've got injuries. As soon as we've got injuries and we can't put our full side out there we like, obviously we suffer a little bit. So we're working on that now. The people that come in know all the moves and everything else, so that we're all on the same page. But the highs are, when we've got our full side out, we literally ruin other teams. We do well, and we are doing well. Myself personally, I'm top try scorer for us. So
get that one in.
Out of 9. As a scrum half, that's decent. So yeah, but we've got some tremendous players up here. I love the rugby here. It's fantastic.
This weekend, as you said, you take on Anselmians. How do you beat these boys? What are you expecting from them?
Straight and direct. Go straight through them. That's the best way. Forward, none of this dilly-dallying, trying to go around. We're just going to go straight through. Keep going, smashing through. And that's how we'll beat them.
Darren, thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Appreciate it. Toughest ground to play in the league?
Bowden.
Widnes, I always hate playing at Widnes. They hate us and we hate them.
In this league, probably Douglas away in the Isle of Man.
Isle of Man. Nice.
If you could be one of your teammates, who would it be and why?
James Burrows, because he's absolutely hilarious.
I'd have to say Dan Filson. He's a good looking lad and he gets a few of the ladies.
Definitely not Dan Filson, even though he's really good looking. He's just an idiot. I'd say Ross McCauley, because he's 6'10" and 28 stone.
Him, probably. Dan Filson, because he does well with the birds.
Worst dressed?
There's a few. Mark Potter, Danny Webster, it's between them two. Absolutely outrageous dress sense.
Mark Potter, without a shadow of a doubt.
Definitely Daz Wilson. Have you seen him? He's got a red vest on and red trainers.
Mark Potter, he dresses like a college student when he's 14, whatever.
Worst haircut.
Webb again, dreadful. Do you know what? It's between Webb and Potter again. They have this thing where like they get it cut right up to the back of their head.
Jake Hodson, the winger again.
Probably Daz Wilson again. Potter.
Bad. Yeah, bad.
Yeah, Potter receding.
Yeah.
I have been buzzing to get back to Moss Lane today. In the build up to this episode, I was well aware of the history that this club boasts, but I had no idea of some of the personalities that are still involved with the club today. Rugby legend and current president here, Ray French, was sweeping the change rooms and lighting a fire on Thursday night when we arrived. And then Challenge Cup winner and Heineken Cup winner Andy Northey comes strolling in ready to take training. This is why rugby is the greatest sport in the world. Something that I didn't take into account and that Andy Northey actually brought to my attention were the challenges that this club face when it comes to recruiting players. Liverpool St Helens sits in a real hotbed of rugby league clubs, and the majority of the schools play rugby league in this part of the world. So trying to attract players to switch codes has proven to be a challenge in the past. But regardless of this club have managed to create a real warm and welcome environment. Plus, they play a pretty good standard of rugby, and they're not doing too badly either this season. They currently sit in second place in the South Lancashire and Cheshire 1 division and have hopes of being promoted come May. Darren Wilson, the Liverpool St Helens skipper, said they plan on picking up a W this afternoon by running hard and straight through today's opponents. Let's find out if the home side can run today's opponents off the field and get back to winning ways. There is obviously so much history here at Liverpool St Helens. Some confusion as to who is the oldest open rugby club, in particular with Blackheath. Can you sort of tell us your view on it?
Well, I don't want to get into any arguments with anybody, but as I understand it, Blackheath may possibly have played the first game against opposition, but it was in, I think it was 1857 when this club was set up in Liverpool. By a man called Sykes, and it was between two teams from the same club, and they formed a club then. But unfortunately, for quite a while, they hadn't got anybody to play against. So they constantly played amongst themselves and had different sides playing amongst themselves for quite a while.
So back in the day, you used to, or in the glory days, shall I say, you used to play level 1. Is there any pressure, or is there any elements of the members here that want to see the club climb back up the leagues?
No, I think there's a realism about the club. I mean, all well and good. When it was St Helens Rugby Union Club, they were a very, very fine club. But every year you would lose 1, 2, 3 players to rugby league, quite naturally, because that's how it is here. You know, we like both codes. I love both codes. I prefer league. I will confess that to anybody. But I have lovely time and wonderful time down here.
We briefly touched on it the other night, and that's the difficulties and the challenges of attracting players to this club. We've had so many rugby league clubs about. Yeah, tell us, or expand on some of the challenges that you face here.
Yeah, well, I think over the years the club, like a lot of clubs down at this level, they've attached a lot of importance to league position, and they'd become they'd spent money chasing players, attracting players on a dream and a notion that league position was massively important. Now that that's changed, really, we're in a situation where we're not paying players at all, and we're just trying to be a rugby club that's got enough rugby players in it, and we can turn 3 teams out. And we can be a good social club where whoever comes down has a good experience and really enjoys being around their mates.
Briefly tell us about today. What's the game plan?
It's a simple one. We try and be simple because the amount of time that we have with these lads to train means that coming up with all sorts of clever game plans isn't really viable. And having said that, if anyone who knows me and the way I played and the way I coach is that wouldn't work with me anyway. So we'll be real simple. We're going to try and go forward with the ball.
6 on 3. 1, 2, 3. Chase!
Get out, mate. Come on.
Is this the oldest open rugby club in the world?
It is. 1857, Richard Sykes brought a ball from rugby school. With his mate Frank Albert Mather, they played a game of rugby on the beach just by Liverpool Cricket Club. 50 people played, there were 5 scores, and there and then, as all the literature says, the club was formed.
What does this club mean to you?
Well, everything. I've been a member for about 50 odd years, played for the club, and I've been a supporter ever since.
What does grassroots rugby mean to you?
It basically means it's available for everybody, one and all. Everyone from the age of 11 probably start playing rugby here, and then they can play from any team. On its social side, I've done and played at a more competitive level. It's a really good place to come and have fun.
Nick, commiserations on the loss. Just briefly tell us about your season so far.
Yeah, it's a tough season. Got quite a young side. Find it difficult to put the same side out every week, but for us it's just about building this season. If we can take the same side into next season, hopefully we'll be able to build on where we are in the league. Yeah, it's been tough so far, but the performances are coming. Put a decent performance in last week. Performance this week was decent again, so hopefully start to climb the league.
In your opinion, why did you end up on the wrong side of the result today?
These are a good side. Played them at our place. They're a good side. Probably beat us in the tight. Probably a bit loose around the fringes from us today. Yeah, difficult one, good performance, but yeah, probably better in the tight, I reckon.
Darren, congratulations on the win. Were you pleased with that performance?
It was a bit of a dogfight. They put up some good hits. It was tougher than we thought, to be quite honest with you. So I'll give that to them. But I think there was a few individual brilliance there that won it for us. Some good runs from our wingers, etc. So yeah, I was happy with that.
In your opinion, what do you need to work on in training to take it into the next game?
A little bit more close-knit, less chat, too many penalties. We're giving too many penalties away. So we're piggybacking teams up the pitch rather than making them work themselves.
And you got another try to add to your tally today?
I did, yeah. Top try scorer in the team still.
Gents, thank you very much. Wish you the best of luck. Thank you.
Cheers.
Nick, all the best. Cheers.
Thank you.
That's it for this week. I hope you enjoyed the show. A massive thank you to everyone here at Liverpool St Helens for allowing us to showcase their rugby club. Their Rugby Nats Crossbar Challenge will be out on a Wednesday at 11 AM, so please do keep a lookout for that. Next show, we're off to National One side, filed to watch them take on Macclesfield in their first North West derby of the season. Plus, it's our last episode before the Christmas break. To make sure you don't miss any of the Rugby Nats episodes, jump onto our YouTube channel right now and subscribe to us at Rugby Nats UK. Until next time.